So, guys, today we have some big news to talk about regarding REKKLES and his new team for 2025, which is obviously Los Ratones. If you don't know, if you haven't heard, this is the team of Kadril, the very, very popular streamer, personality, content creator, and former professional player that's just kind of really taken over in League of Legends in 2024 with some absolutely massive co-streams and, doing crazy stuff during Worlds and all this stuff. Kadril is putting together a team that's going to be competing in the ERLs next year. We did about a week ago get a roster announcement from Los Ratones that their roster for next season was going to be the Baus in top lane, which is hilarious. Velja, I'm not sure still how you say that guy's name, in the jungle. Then we have obviously Nemesis, huge name in the mid lane. We have Crowny at 80 carry, and then REKKLES coming over from T1, returning home to Sweden, where he's going to be able to play remotely with his team or whatever, something like that. Obviously very, very cool to see REKKLES coming back, leaving Korea. Very sad to see him leaving Korea, but he went to T1, went to Korea, went to World, won a World Championship, did all that cool stuff, and now he's going to be competing with Los Ratones for next season. Now, Los Ratones is already kind of getting things underway. They're actually going to be competing in this tournament coming up called the NNO Cup, which is this pretty interesting tournament. It's just kind of all these teams who are throwing together some off-season rosters, stuff like that. Some friends that are playing together, some streamers, content creators, solo queue guys, people from like tier 2 and tier 3 competitive. It's actually pretty interesting, and I believe there is 10,000 euros, $10,000, 10,000 euros, the prize pool for the team that actually finishes first. This NNO Cup is scheduled to begin on November 27th, so about a week from now, and it's going to finish on December 8th. So we have teams that are scrimming, preparing for this right now. Obviously, $10,000 to the winning team. That's not nothing. That would be nice, but this isn't like the most insane tournament in the world or anything like that, but it is a couple teams coming together and competing for this thing. Now, we did get this big announcement recently for Los Ratones, and this is the big deal here, that REKKLES is not going to be competing with them at this tournament. Instead, they are getting Kadril as their support. Now, obviously, this will be our first official look at Los Ratones together as a team with all these members, but this is maybe not as exciting as it could be because, obviously, however good or bad or whatever you think REKKLES is as a support, I'm sure people are going to have their fair share of criticism throughout the year, and we'll get a good look at him throughout the ERLs this season, obviously, but Kadril has to be a massive downgrade. He has to be a massive step down. I know it sounds like from even the scrims and stuff so far, it's not necessarily going insanely. I know there's memes about people talking about Kadril is like struggling with like tracking sums and stuff like that, and they're like, oh, does he have flash? Oh, I don't even know. Who knows? Whatever. But yeah, obviously Kadril is a former professional player. He's not terrible. He's not bad at the game or anything like that, but obviously he hasn't even played professionally in a while. Obviously during that time he played mid lane, jungle, stuff like that. He wasn't playing support. So Crowny might be a little bit elo held. Bot gap might be an issue, but also Los Ratones at the same time is still a very, very talented roster, and who knows? They could be able to pull this thing out. They could be able to win. I don't know, but there's also some very, very good teams in this NNO Cup. I know they have been announcing. I don't know if all the teams are officially announced just yet, but there are a couple of the rosters that I wanted to look at real quick. There's a team with Werlib on it and Coldo. That's kind of interesting. I'm sure that team won't be terrible. We do have the French Flair lineup that has Adam and Camilo. Camilo's a guy who I'm very, very excited to watch. So, if I can catch any of the games where he's participating in, getting to see him even like match up against Nemesis and stuff like that, I think will be very, very cool. But also Adam, a French team. I'm sure they're going to have a lot of people there. We have Jankos competing in this thing as well. Sounds like, Jankos scrims hasn't been going necessarily super great for his team just yet either. We have God Gilius competing in one of these teams. So there are some names in this tournament. Getting to see them all compete together, this thing actually should be pretty cool. Should be interesting. Could be fun. But yeah, like I said, Kadril stepping in as support for REKKLES, who will not be participating in this thing. A lot of people have been wondering what's going on. Apparently, from what I've seen, it sounds like REKKLES is just on vacation. He's taking a break. He's taking a holiday. Obviously, he talked about having some personal issues and things going on at home, so we know he did want to return home to Sweden and kind of handle some of that and take care of some of that. And I'm sure just be back home with his family and be relaxing and chilling, because this was a very, very long year for him where, he had to compete at Worlds and compete with T1 and do all this stuff. They make it, all the way to the World Championships, and they have this really long season. They played as long of a possible thing as they could, and now also he's going to have to move. He was living in Korea before. I'm sure he has to move move all the stuff and everything back home to Sweden to start preparing for this next year. So it's a crazy time. He deserves a break. He deserves a little bit of a pause. But yes, REKKLES will not be competing with his team at their first event. Obviously, this is lineup for next year, and this is still in 2024. But REKKLES will not be there. Cadril stepping in. I'm sure it'll be an absolute clown fiesta. We'll have to see how it goes. I'm disappointed we don't get to see this full look Los Ratones lineup altogether, but seeing them with Cadril should still be very, very entertaining. So, yeah, pretty much it was the video today, guys. Of course, as always, just want to mention we do have that Sheep Esports by Holy giveaway going on right now, where any one person is going to win a year supply of Holy drink. All you have to do is use those discount codes SE5 or SE10 to be entered into this giveaway, which is very, very cool. SE5 is going to get you €5 off your first order. SE10 is going to get you 10% off your entire basket, so use whatever is going to be the best for you. Holy, great tasting energy drinks that also just so happen to be healthier than the competition. Hopefully catch you guys in the next one. Until then, peace.